There's a very funny lady that I really enjoy, and she's also a long-term actor, Betty White. In a recent Facebook post, there's a picture of her with this saying underneath: "You can't fix stupid, but you can numb it with a 2x4. I'm so glad there's finally somebody else that understands the need for a 2x4 approach. For those of you who have heard me speak or have read my book, Sometimes You Need More Than a 2x4, know that as I work with families in business, sometimes the only tool or technique that I have left that would work toward a solution is a very needed and abrupt wake-up call, especially when the problem pertains to the bias that they have toward a family member in a family business. Let me just give you a couple quick examples. I was visiting with a mom and dad after a banquet, and the dad just was kind of walking around, and he finally stopped in front of me and he said, "You know, I have a problem with our daughter in the business." And I said, "What's the problem?" "Well, she just doesn't have the work ethic we need. She likes to go out with her friends Friday afternoons. We may see her again on Monday. And even during peak times, she doesn't necessarily understand the need to be there for the long hours of work. We just have a problem with her." And I said to Dad, "Well, how long have you had her on the payroll?" And he said, "A couple years." I said, "How old is she?" 26. I said, "So why did you hire her anyway?" And Dad said, "Well, she just could not keep a job anyplace else." Mom elbowed him and said, "Why don't you just say it like it is? She's just plain lazy." Second example. I had a call from two young women at the same time. They're both on the phone, and they're the daughters-in-law of a dairy operation. And as I was visiting, I said, "So what's the problem?" And they said, "Our problem, it's our two husbands." And I said, "Really, what's going on?" They said, "Well, right now they're fighting with pitchforks in the dairy barn." What? So after those conversations and finally a phone call with Mom and Dad, I was able to figure out a little bit of behind the scenes that I needed to know. And it was when Dad said, "Jolene, things are getting pretty bad around here, but you have to understand, they never did get along, even when they were young." So here's the family business lesson. A family business is not a place to rehabilitate a family member. If there was someone who's angry or addicted or arrogant or lazy, don't hire them. Nobody else would. Why are you giving them a paycheck so they can enable and continue that very negative or destructive behavior? So there are times when you and I do need to get out our 2x4s. We need to be better leaders. We need to make strong decisions, and we need to follow through, because a family business is not a place to rehabilitate a family member.